Hey guys, Shivam here back in another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how Squarespace spent $20 million on YouTubers. This must be one of the biggest spends by any company ever on influencer marketing, and we're going to break it down on how they did it, what worked, what didn't work, and how you can do it too if you have a $5,000 budget for your own SaaS company. If you don't know me, my name is Shivam and I run creativeprogram.co. We've helped companies scale up to $2 million plus in revenue using just influencer marketing. So if you're in the space and if you need any help, click the link in the description down below and we'll get talking. So what did Squarespace do? So Squarespace spent $20 million on YouTube. They generated over 2.89 billion views and worked with over 3,000 plus creators and 350 channels per year. That means they almost posted more than one YouTube video per day. And this was speaking about Squarespace, integrations, dedicated videos, shorts, whatever it may be. And this absolutely changed the things. So a lot of people think that the origin story is that they started with big channels like MKBHD and Linus Tech Tips, but that is far from the truth. They actually started with the Max Tip channel that was a very tiny channel called Mac Most Video. And they started with these small YouTubers to test out actually how to do it. Their first long-term creator deal was with Jared Polin, who is a photography channel, and their single relationship grew to 945 mentions over 12 plus years. Here we think long-term relationship means 6 months of integration, 12 months of integration, but they actually did 945 mentions over 12 years. That's absolutely crazy. Then they moved on to people like Linus Tech Tips, which I'm sure a lot of people heard about Squarespace through these guys. They again had 100 plus sponsorships, 117 million plus views. And this was basically the biggest deal ever because Linus Tech Tips actually made them go viral on the map. Once they saw this, they actually scaled up. After 8 years of testing, they signed on dozens of creators. This became the -- 1 acquiring channel in the space. At their peak, they were doing 139 creators, 685 sponsored videos with a $17.3 million in value and 134 million views every year. So they essentially were the 5th biggest tech spender on YouTube. So just think about that. Like I said, they were number 2, the most prolific YouTube sponsor ever. They had 2.89 billion creative views since 2009 and their long-term game paid off. The biggest advantage that these guys had was that they were not in a particular niche. You know, when you are working as a lead scraping tool or you're working as a video editing tool, you are still in a niche. You still have to target only your ICP. With Squarespace, the thing was everybody needed a website. Everybody could build a website. And since they were in the boom of website, everybody wanted to build their own website. So they signed up with all of the niches you see on the screen. They went from how to education, entertainment to food, news, photography, sports, and they had all these people like Gamer Nexus, LTT, you know, in gaming they had multiple creators. In tech they had obviously MKBHD, things like that. Thought about doing is that their customer persona isn't just watching productivity content. They are watching cooking, gaming, design. Squarespace understood that customers everywhere, so they really went everywhere with them. The third part about this chapter is that they believed in long-term deals. Whenever I work with any company, I always talk about let's do one-off videos first and then go into a long-term partnership deal because this gives you many advantages. 2 mainly being the creator that you're sponsoring is obviously growing. So there is no reason that you should lock in the price right now from 6 months from now. That's number 1. And number 2 for them is essentially that the more the audience hears about your tool, hears about your SaaS company, the more likely they are to one day go ahead and try it out. That is what these guys did. With Linus Tech Tips, they did 100 plus sponsorship. With Jared Polin, they did 945 plus mentions. So they believed in actually compounding the effects of every influencer marketing channel that they had. And they targeted everybody. They targeted nano, micro, macro, biggest creators ever, etc. And the tier strategy for them was essentially that the mega tiers like MKBHD, Casey Neistat will give them brand awareness. The mid tier, which is 100K to 500K, is a sweet spot where they get actually the conversion from. And the micro to nano is where I also believe that a lot of value lies because these people are new. They've not done any brand sponsorships. You get a better rate. Their audience is much more into them because they are small, they are new, so they have a much engaged community and you can actually get a better ROI from them. So you can see the costing per video for them was higher over here, the engagement was lower, and the conversion was low to mid. But the biggest for them was nano and micro. So nano means 1,000 to 10,000 followers and micro means 10,000 to 100,000 followers. So this is where these guys excelled, and this is where you should be if you have a $5,000 budget as well. So Why do small creators win on engagement? Because a creator with 50,000 subscribers who make tutorials in your niche will outperform a creator with 5 million who covers everything. If you're running a lead prospecting tool and I have my second channel, which is B2B cold email marketing, a channel like mine would get a much better conversion rate. I've converted over $100,000 for one single brand with just 3 videos because my audience is so niche and they know exactly what they're looking for. They know that they've watched my video. They have a buyer intent. That is the kind of creators that you want to target with nano and micro creators and not with macro creators. So that is one thing to keep in mind. So how do you actually do this for yourself? What is the 5K playbook that you need to take from these $20 million strategy that they had and convert it into a 5K one for you? So like I said, seed before you spend. So send free product access to 15 to 20 creators. Don't ask for anything. If they post, they'll post 2 to 3 posts organically. If they fit, catch them in, give them a little bit of money and close them in for a better deal. So this is just $0. They are just testing out your product. Then you partner with 3 to 5 micro creators with a budget of $500 to $800 for a YouTube integration or a dedication. Go for YouTube because they have a buyer intent which is higher than Instagram. Instagram is mostly for brand awareness. YouTube is where people actually come to buy because it's a long form video aspect and they're not just scrolling through and watching multiple videos. You should invest in tutorials and not in ad reads. Investing tutorials is that you may have a smaller rate of engagement. You may have lesser views, but the people who are watching this will get. Next one is to amplify what works. So amplify with paid ads. So if a creator has done a video for you, it performs well, boost the video, put it in your email sequence, put it on your website, add tutorials, give it to SEO, do an SEO article on it. Make sure that the $500 that you are spending is actually going a longer way than the $500 you spend. When the creator posts the video or the post or the Instagram post, it is just the start of the journey of where you can take them. And lastly, go long term with the creators. So once you, like I said, if you have a creator that has converted well for you, close them on a 3 to 6 month deal. That is what Squarespace did. That is what we do at Creator Program as well, because that is the biggest winner that there is. And if another brand sees that they perform well for you, they will come and swoop in and get them on a 6 month budget, on a 6 month deal, and you won't be able to do anything about that. So that is how I would do my budget allocation. If I had $5,000, I would spend about $400 on tools and softwares to find them. $625 with creator support. People like us as Creator Program, we come in with creator support as well as tools and softwares. We charge around $1,000 to $1,500 a month depending on your marketing budget. So this is what essentially we would take. Then your creator fees into giving those creators as well. And then you keep a budget for amplification. Like I said, paid ads, boosting, SEO articles, etc. So the metrics that you should be looking at is not to track the views, not to track the followers, but track the click-through rate, track the sign-ups, the call per acquisition, the long-term value and the lifetime value that the client is giving to you so that you know exactly what is your break-even number. What is the ROAS? So if you spend $1 on the creator, did they drive back $2, $5, what it is? Is it breaking even? Is it causing you a loss? And lastly is engagement rate when it comes to saves, shares, comments, not likes, but where people are actually engaging. So yeah. That is it. The attribution chain is what this looks like. So when a creator creates a video, give them a promo code, a custom landing page if you can. They'll get a trial sign up. You can track them through Tolt. You can track them through, First Promoter, all of these softwares. Once the paid conversion happens, you'll get to know the long-term ROI of that particular creator. And then you can use that to sign a longer term deal with them or go in on one niche of YouTube that you found works for you. So if you are ready to build your creator program as well, and if you're looking for help, click the link in the description down below and I'll be happy to help. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do hit the like button and subscribe down below and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.